They won't make no laws, I'll break they law till they see out our window. Take the
so
ball to
good.
make them all, treat humankind more gentle. Forsake them all, I
shit.
hate them all, don't like them, don't pretend to. Yeah, something tells me we ain't in Kansas
His ideas
anymore.
are just so
all the
fresh.
shit that used to be cool ain't cool anymore.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the front room. I'm Kai, and I'm here with my dad today.
Welcome, music lovers.
I've told you how excited I am for this track. It is so good, and usually I don't say that before we start because I don't want to set your expectations high, but you should be blown away.
Okay.
So you're on the spot now. You gotta love it.
Starting to sweat already. Okay. Yeah.
It is a track.
Let's roll with it.
It's my favorite track from Rick Ross.
Oh, Rick. Yeah. Good.
Who, if you don't know, we covered Teflon Don, the full album. It's available on our YouTube.
Great album.
Also available uncut on our Patreon, so I'll put that below. But it's my favorite Rick Ross song. Holy crap. I can't describe how my mind was blown when I first heard this track. There's someone else on it as well. But I'll leave that a mystery.
Okay.
Until we get there. It's produced by Justice League, who also produced some stuff off of Teflon Don.
I do remember that name.
So they produced this as well. There are a few other people involved in the music, but they produced the beat. So I guess I'll elaborate on that a bit later.
Okay.
There's no better way to get into this. The track is called 16. And
will the song reveal to me what 16 means, or
I don't know. I don't know if I was contemplating telling you before.
Or how important is it for me to know what 16 means?
Pretty. Okay.
Let me try and get
it. Sure. Sounds good.
Know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't explicitly say it.
Okay. Have some faith in my rap knowledge, which I'm acquiring bit by bit.
Okay. Here 16. Is the cover. So Teflon Don, 2010. This is from 2012, from God Forgives, I Don't.
Okay. Yeah. Quite a title.
Yeah. Just a portrait of him.
Yeah.
Almost in a gold tint.
I love the guy's voice.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I know you'll love who else is on this too. Let's do it. 16.
It's funny because it's been on my mind lately.
When 16 ain't
having a dope beat, a dope idea.
Just listen.
Yeah, that's the featured artist, right? Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Can you roll the lyrics for me?
Can I squeeze my whole life into a 16-bar verse? You know, so many different levels.
When 16
to live in your life and depict it.
Andre 3000, man.
It's Andre 3K, yeah.
Unmistakable, man.
Yeah. Totally, right?
All right.
And this is so much after ATLiens.
Yeah.
Which is what we covered from Andre, right?
Which is what I know.
Yeah. 16 years later.
Yeah.
Right? Which is...
His voice just cuts through the air, you know? There's something about it.
I know.
Yeah.
One of the most distinct voices. And I know you think he's one of the coolest guys too, right?
Yeah, from what I know of him. Yeah.
You mentioned you watched some interviews with Andre and...
The only thing I've watched is a clip that popped up on YouTube of Andre at the laundromat doing his doing his laundry.
Right.
Very recent clip where he's talking about his new music. He's gotten away from rap and he's doing all this other stuff.
Jazz and
with woodwind instruments and stuff.
Yes.
He seems like such a cool guy.
Yeah, so on this track, he plays some guitar and banjo, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I actually don't know if that sax in the beginning is him. It very well could be, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
So please confirm that if that is true. But yes, it's André on the chorus.
Yeah.
And I'll go back because, man, this is a long track, so it's okay if we go back. The beat is so good. It just slowly settles us into everything.
There's that kind of classic mid, I don't know, that sax from the late 70s, very early 80s maybe.
Yeah.
This is special.
That smooth jazz type of thing.
Yeah.
Extremely special.
Synthesizers.
When 16 ain't
It's
enough.
funny because it's been on my mind lately.
When 16 ain't
Having a
enough.
dope beat, a dope idea. 16 bars ain't enough. How the fuck can I squeeze my whole life into a 16-bar verse?
So that's the premise of the song. Yeah.
So many different
I forgot
levels.
Rick Ross had this little intro.
To live in your life and depict it with your wordplay.
When 16 ain't
Exactly
enough.
what life means to you. 16 ain't enough.
Oh, the background music.
I know y'all gonna feel me on this one.
Rick Ross is about to
Gotta
go
feel me on
into.
this one. It's funny how things change, funny how time fly. More than my feet travel, the more that I feel fly. More that I make now, the more that the chick smile. She called me a local nigga, I opened the Swiss account. Eisenhower status at a James on the desk. Smooth as John Coltrane, cruising in the Cadillac. Seville, feel my life on the real. We the last poets, so this is a
The
rough
last
premiere.
poets.
Rolling like Mick Jagger, the women just getting better. All I see is the money, cream, Eric Clapton. All I wanted was 116, ain't enough. Talking that fast money, 15 every month. When your people label poor, that motivated me more. Everything
nice
I
line.
wore was once worn before. Roll with the punches, now it's box office numbers. Dressed like Sammy Davis, steaming my marijuana.
Sammy Davis.
Double MGs, double M fees. We in every hood, nigga, government cheese. Yachts and yacht masters, old dirty bastard. Floor seat for the heat, paper that I'm stacking. Better put away a penny for the rainy days. Pick and roll, give and go, fuck a fadeaway. Living like Scottie Pippen, dribble rivers for fiddle. Started off with a scribble, now I'm flowing the river. She say my heart cold, I'm naming my son December. Whitney died night before the Grammys, damn, what a memory. Trump Tower when I started with a 10 speed. Born broke, had to use a nigga instincts. Now I get 100 racks for the 16. Waking up the turkey bacon in my thick queen. Niggas hating, I'm just watching on the big screen. 3 stacks on the beat and the kicks mean.
16 ain't enough. You know how sometimes you got so much to say, but when 16 ain't enough. They only give you 16.
So like 16 bars is the standard rap verse.
I mean, I got so much
In
to
between
say.
the choruses or as a feature.
The world is like
4,
so
8,
much to
12,
me.
16.
I just wanna
Yeah.
give it right back to him, you know. When 16 ain't enough, but I only get 16. It's like a cage, you know. 16 ain't enough. I really can't say what I want to say. You know, it's just a glimpse. That's all. Just one little single glimpse. Just a page. I guess I'm defeating the purpose of doing all this talking.
Oh, here we go.
Summer 88, I was 8 or 9, I was at wintertime. Oh, never mind. I'm in my room, booming, drawing LL Cool J album covers with Crayolas on construction paper. I'm trying to fuck my neighbor. I'm trying to hook my waves up. I'm trying to pull my grades up to get them saddle lace-ups. Before Lamar was Jacob, before them girls wore makeup, before my voice would break up, before we toured them shake clubs, before my mama wake up,
Oh, great
before my
lines,
proms
man.
would
Yeah,
wake
this
up,
flow.
before they tell me they love me and will never break up, before the time she makes love to someone that I thought was my homeboy, but boy was I wrong now. I don't budge. Don't want much, just a roof and a porch and a Porsche and a horse. And unfortunately, but of course, an assortment of tour. Just that score, just the skin when they enter intruder. Who's too thirsty at a lousy job. How's he God if he lets Lucifer let loose on us? That noose on us won't loosen up, but loose enough to juice us up. Make us think we do so much and do it big. Like they don't let us win. I can't pretend, but I do admit it. Feel good when the hood pseudo celebrate. Hence why every time we die, we eat until our belly ache. Then go grab the finest wine and drink it like we know which grape and which region it came from. As if we can name them. Hint, hint, it ain't Welch's. Hell just fell 3,000 more degrees cooler. Y'all can't measure my worth, but when you try, you'll need a ruler made by all the Greek gods. Because the odds have always been stacked against me when back's against the wall. I feel right at home, y'all. Sitting right at home, all Kelly green with envy while I'm jelly beans descending into the palm of a child. Looks up at mama and smile with such a devilish grin. Like, where the hell have you been? She's yelling, selling's a sin. Well, so is telling young men that selling is a sin if you don't offer new ways to win. A dolphin gon' shake his fin, regardless if he is in or out of water. Most important thing for him is to swim. And Flipper didn't hold his nose, so why shall I hold my tongue? I miss the days of old when one could hold his gal on his arm. And I set off these alarms when cameras snap, snap, snaps, return fire. Pap, 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 pap. They'll learn why mere privacy so essential. They won't make no laws, I'll break they law till they see out our window. Take the
so
balls
good.
and make them all treat humankind more gentle. Forsake them all, I hate them all, don't like them, don't pretend to. Yeah, something tells me we ain't in Kansas
His ideas
anymore.
are just so
all the
fresh.
shit that used to be cool ain't cool anymore. All them women we were pursuing, now they want more. And they deserve it all, don't settle for what ain't yours. When 16 ain't enough.
We'll go back over that.
16 ain't enough.
Yeah, in Andre's case, 16 certainly ain't enough.
Yeah.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
When 16 ain't enough.
I think Rick knows that by giving Andre,
When 16 ain't enough.
go with it, dude.
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
People say like,
Because I compared to you, you know. Yeah.
People say, you know, Andre watched Rick on this track, but Rick obviously knows that.
He knew it even before.
Go back a little bit, yeah.
As soon as he invited him onto this, he knew that there'd be no competition here, right? I mean, Rick is great. I love him.
Yeah.
But Andre, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. Yeah, that's why I don't even think of it as that way.
No,
you know the whole like
it ain't no competition.
No, that's why you know on Renegade like Eminem and Jay-Z, people are like Eminem watched Jay-Z on his own track. Well, I get why that's a more significant thing, but
yes, here,
yeah. I'll keep going.
Yeah.
When 16 ain't enough.
Now Andre verse is one of my favorite verses of all time. We gotta go over it.
You're gonna have to unpack it for me because so much.
Mama know you see me, that you know you freaky. Does you ever wonder if it's about your eye you speaking? Do you ever wonder where I'm at when you get sleepy? How the hell I'm gonna tell the youth don't beat me, yeah.
I love it.
Oh, that bass.
Does your daddy think you perfect? Does he know for certain? Does he know how you act when you pull back all them curtains? Do he think I'm Tupac cause I'm black and put them words in? Does he know his daughter might have caught a real merman? Yeah.
I don't get that, but tell me later.
But because we love you, we go that extra mile. Break it down for him, Andre.
This is Andre here.
Next level.
Sounds a little bit like me, doesn't it?
I know, right?
Wow.
When 16 ain't enough.
Great track.
Yeah.
Lyrics. Okay, can we go back and look at those
Absolutely.
then?
That track was over 8 minutes long as well.
Didn't feel like it.
Right? Yeah.
It felt like maybe 5.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, totally. Oh man. Yeah. Let's just go straight to Andre's.
Yeah,
verse.
let's do that.
Man, and just before we get into the whole meat of things, but that beat isn't it just perfect?
Yeah.
For the song.
Well, it's one of those beats that it's
ride out.
and it's not it complements the music. I mean the rapping. It doesn't it doesn't fight. It's with the rapping, right?
Mm-hmm,
yeah. At times I wasn't even really hearing it all that much because I was focused on the lyrics.
Yeah. It's so elegant, and there's a lot of complexity in the beat, despite it being so smooth. But yet Ross and André are able to find those pockets of space so well. So it's unusual, at least for me, I think, that a beat that has so many instruments, things going on, and isn't a typical rap beat to be done so well and find those flows, right?
So I wasn't totally aware of what was going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was more for me, oh, here goes André. What's he got to say?
Well, that's the
and everything else fell into the background for me.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'll have to listen to it again.
Yes. Yeah.
So, okay, you going to dive in at verse 2 here?
Well, I mean, we can both do that, right? Like, just tell me what you like. I want to hear what you like.
Oh, no, I want you to... No, you've got to tell me, and then I'll just add whatever I...
Well, André's whole verse is just this... It's mildly chronological, I guess, because he starts off summer 88, so before his rap career, right?
Yeah.
Summer 88, or was it 89?
Or
was it winter time?
Oh, no.
Never mind, right? The point is that he's going back in time.
Yeah.
So that's awesome way to start it off, right? Because it really doesn't matter when things exactly happen. It's just memories you remember. So that's why it's perfect to go from, oh, never mind. All he knows is I'm in my room booming, drawing LL Cool J. LL Cool J was an older rapper. Who is such an influence on so many people.
I know.
And I'm not a big fan of his music, but I think for its time, it just put such a big impression.
I haven't actually heard it, but I knew that name, and I knew he was a landmark rapper from the past.
Right.
Yeah.
So drawing LL Cool J album covers with Crayolas on construction paper.
Yeah, right. That's so good. That reminds me of you when you had kind of a drawing phase when you drew this really quite good impression of what's his name?
Earl Sweatshirt.
Earl Sweatshirt, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, although the next one you did was Winston Churchill.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
no connection, but totally,
it reminded me of that.
Yeah, right.
Sweet memory.
Totally.
But
and then the next line, I'm trying to find my name. I'm trying to find my way. So maybe this is like jumping a little bit further, right? Like,
I would hope so.
Yeah. And I'm trying to hook my waves up, just getting his hair done nicely, right? The waves. Trying to pull my grades up. So he's still in school.
Yeah.
And so this is before Lil Mark was Jacob. Mark Jacob was a very famous fashion designer in the 90s. So he's saying this is before then, just for perspective, right?
Before them girls wore makeup.
So things were more natural.
Yeah.
Before my voice would break up, so I was still young.
So he's 11, 12, maybe 13.
Yeah. And of course, maybe he's obviously like, he can't F his neighbor, but maybe when he's that age, like he has that idea that it's possible for the movie, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's funny. Before we took the shake gloves, so let's see. There's a few. There's so many lyrics, right?
I love this line. Before my mama wake up, before my crumbs would cake up. So it's like he's got all these little things. He's doing his drawings. Maybe he's into a bit of fashion because he wanted to buy some lace-ups. And then, so he's got all these crumbs that he's kind of collected as a young person. And then later on, he uses those to create his cake, his music, and become somebody.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, right. I never thought of it that way.
That's what I saw it.
I guess I'm on... I thought of it way more simply, but that makes so much sense because I thought crumbs would be like little bits of money, and cake is a synonym or slang for money.
Oh yeah.
So it could be that too.
Absolutely.
But with the previous context, it could be that as well. Like that's a good lyric where it can be double meaning.
Yeah.
Before they tell me they love me and will never break up. before the time she makes love to someone that I thought was my homeboy, but boy, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want much, just a roof and a porch and a Porsche and a horse and unfortunately, but of course, an assortment of torches. So he's cutting up those words to make it flow. That is so genius.
That was so good. That
right?
was so good. Can you run that back?
Yes, absolutely.
Just that, if you can find that section?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Glimpse, that's, you know how sometimes you got right back to what I want to say for mine. They tell me they love me and will never break up before the time she makes love to someone that I thought was my homeboy, but boy, was I wrong now. I don't budge, don't want much, just a roof and a porch and a Porsche and a horse, and unfortunately, but of course, an assortment of torches that scorches the skin when they enter in true. There's who's two, there's did a lousy job.
And then he goes off, right? Yeah.
Great shit.
So good.
Yeah.
And then this is.
Oh, there's a line here.
Yes.
A lousy job. How's he God if he lets Lucifer let loose on us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that fundamental question that people have about God. Some people, because even people who, have a devout belief in God and are very religious, they have moments of doubt. It's part of the process. It's part of the journey, right? Yeah. So how can he be God if he lets the devil do horrible things to us? And that's a fundamental question in Christianity and probably other religions, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I love the way he said that. And then that noose on us won't loosen up, but loose enough to juice us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
It makes you just think about stuff, right?
It does.
It's loose enough to give you room to make meaning for yourself, right?
Yeah, brilliant line.
Amazing line.
Yeah. I'm not even going to try and pick that line apart.
I need to sit down and think about it.
Yeah, ponder that one. But it's beautiful.
Yeah, and the next line, so that noose, that's just loose enough to make me maybe feel like we have freedom, right? Makes us think we can do so much and do it big, right?
Yeah.
But he's saying they don't let us win. I can't pretend. So maybe like the powers that be, they don't let us win, right?
Yeah. Things are stacked against us.
But I do admit it feel good when the hood pseudo-celebrate.
Right?
So it's not celebration just to maybe have that moment of happiness and joy to get through the crap.
Right. But you know that things are still not ideal.
Yeah.
Circumstances in one's life and in the life of the community are not ideal still, but we got to have these moments.
Yeah.
It's great.
And pseudo celebrate. I don't know if that's ever been said in a rap song. Right?
Yeah.
So here's that's so André, right, to come up with the thing.
Yeah, you know the song "Celebrate Good Times."
Celebrate
good times. Come on.
Who is that by?
I can't even remember, but I remember dancing to it.
Is that Cool in the Gang?
It could very well be. Yeah, I remember being at parties and stuff. And dancing
that's a classic.
That. Yeah. But it wasn't pseudo celebrate good times.
Yeah, true. Next, like, it just, we're gonna have to go through this whole thing, and if you're watching, if you like the song, please tolerate us, and you can go through it with us. So the way he connects these big ideas to one another so smoothly is remarkable.
I sometimes with rap, I think I've said this maybe before, sometimes I'll read a line and think, wow, that's fantastic. Maybe the next line, okay, I see the connection. But I often have a hard time connecting more than two bars.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think you're obviously better at that than me.
Right. But that's also sometimes in rap, especially more modern rap. It's all over the place sometimes with ideas.
Right.
But here there are so many ideas connected so brilliantly. So Hood to celebrate. Hence, why every time we dine, we eat until our belly aches.
Oh, yeah, because, like, I don't know where my next meal is going to come from.
Yeah.
So I better fill up now.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And then also dine means just pleasures. Like every time that we maybe buy something or it's a momentary pleasure and we want to keep doing it
whether it's food or something
else, right?
Right.
Things that make us feel good in the moment but don't actually improve us for the future, right? Then go grab the finest wine and drink it like we know which grape and which region it came from, as if we can name them. Hint, hint, and 8 Welch's, right?
Yeah. Great humor there. But humor with again, it's more than just a funny
Humor with a message.
7
yeah.
lines. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that line.
Yeah. Well, he's so great at that kind of thing, isn't he?
Yeah. And this is after Outkast, Big Boy and André had finished Outkast. This is when he was solo, and he hadn't released any solo music at this point. Big Boy had his own, actually, sort of successful solo album a couple years prior to this, but André just didn't release anything. That's why his recent jazz album was so major, because it was his first official album after leaving Outkast.
I got to hear that.
Yeah,
I got to hear that.
Yeah, just chill.
Well, I haven't. All I've heard
haven't
is
heard either.
all I've heard is
ATLiens.
yeah. So I need to hear
We have a lot.
Aquemini. Is that it?
Yeah, Aquemini.
Aquemini.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's
So
a whole
maybe
bunch.
yeah. I want to hear his earlier stuff before I dive into his new stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because the old stuff might inform the new stuff and see what his journey is.
Right.
But anyway, to go to jazz from the rap, that's fantastic. The guy is such an intelligent person.
He just doesn't care about.
He just oozes intelligence.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
And you can tell he cares, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he cares.
Otherwise, he wouldn't take the time to craft these things.
No, he definitely cares. He's
Mhm.
definitely got. He considers morality every step in his path. He's thinking about morality and this sort of
Yes.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, there's a few other. I mean, so many lines here are great. Oh yes. Okay, so this child looks up at mama and smile with such a devilish grin. Like, and the mom says, "Where the hell have you been?" She's yelling, "Selling's a sin." Well, so is telling young men that selling is a sin if you don't offer new ways to win.
Yeah.
That is such an important thing to realize, and
It is.
that's something that I don't know if agree with, but I think is so true. Like you have to. The goal of things is to offer everyone equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. That's one
Exactly.
of the most important things socially.
Yeah.
Right. So
Absolutely.
you got to make ends meet, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You don't have new ways to win.
Yeah.
You can't say that it's really a sin, right?
No. And I mean, I've seen that concept before in other rap songs, I think, but the way he unfolds it here is just great. It's great.
The way he
I love
turns
it.
it into a quick conversation.
Yeah. It's very
makes you
vivid.
feel for this imaginary child or this
Yeah.
mom. Well, not so
Yeah.
imaginary, right?
Like I am this little kid, coming through the door. Where you been?
Yeah.
Right? And with that look on his face, and then his mom, blah, 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 and then the kid responding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the kid's responding, but
Yeah, but what's-
Andre's stepping in to
Fill in
To-
the thoughts, right?
to fill in the thoughts and
Yeah.
tell the mom, look, mom,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's just, it's very visual. I love it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then,
It's almost more effective that he didn't go back into the child saying something to the mom, right?
well,
Because-
the child wouldn't be able to say that.
exactly.
He
Well-
can't conceive of that,
Well-
of that notion, right?
Well, I think it's not really a child that's really young. I think it's just her child because
okay.
selling, right? means selling
selling
drugs,
Yeah,
and I don't.
He's not a 6-year-old.
No, he's got like
A young
at
guy,
least
young guy.
12 or 12 to 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That age where
Yeah,
that might be able to happen.
probably 18 or 20 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the dolphin.
Yes. A dolphin gon' shake its fin, regardless if he gets in or out of water. Most important thing is for him to swim.
So a dolphin's got to swim.
A dolphin has to swim, but if you put him in the wrong environment, it's gonna try and shake its fin, but it can't go anywhere,
Right.
right? So if you take someone, put them in an environment that isn't gonna give them the opportunities to do what they can, human things, right, to better themselves, then they're gonna swim in place, right? The fin's just gonna flip around.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite sections. This song,
Mhm,
the sin,
mhm,
dolphin
mhm.
can shake its fin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are a few other lines there, but
Yeah,
man,
we can leave it at that, right?
yeah. Yeah. Every time I listen to it, I just feel each lyric more, you know? And wow.
Great track. Loved it.
Nice.
Loved
And
it.
I know you like those references that Ross mentioned, right?
Oh, yeah, on and on.
Yeah.
Well, Etta James is often mentioned in rap. Yeah, all the other ones, right? The other names, Sammy Davis Jr., Eric Clapton, and Cream, which was Clapton's group, right?
Yeah.
And some of the others, yeah, they were great. John Coltrane is mentioned sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe that opening sax was in the style of John Coltrane. I don't know jazz well enough to say, you know?
Yeah. And I love this lyric here as well.
Oh, and The Last Poets, because The Last
Poets.
Poets, Kai, is... Remember I told you, I mentioned to you maybe, I don't know, 3 months ago, that I saw somebody on YouTube saying The Last
Earl's dad was part of The Last Poets.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And they had an influence on rap very early on. They were one of the catalysts or the things that rap borrowed from to get started early on.
Yeah.
So I really want to look into The Last Poets.
Because they made some music, but then they're also social activists, right? And thinkers and poets, right?
Yes.
So they did a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
So that's fascinating.
Yeah. Around, I think it was like 68, 69, 70, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mick Jagger. Yeah.
Cool. And this is a good lyric here. I love the opening. It's funny how things change. Funny how time fly. More than my feet travel. I think it's more that my feet travel. That's probably a wrong lyric. The more that my feet travel, the more that I feel fly. Cool, right?
Yeah.
More that I make now, the more that the chicks smile. She call me a local N-word. I opened a Swiss account. So a local N-word is like a guy who thinks small. He's just like your guy.
Yeah, exactly. So he opened a Swiss account.
Yes. Yeah.
That's said in a real raw. That sounds like Rick Ross.
Totally.
Doesn't it?
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's something he would say.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a unnecessary flex like that, right?
Yeah.
And then he has great lyrics too. When your people labeled poor, that motivated me more. And I can tell when Rick Ross talks about stuff in interviews, you can hear how hungry he was when he was starting out. He just like wanted it, right? Even hustling, right? Of course, there are debates and about the truth of his character and his name, right? But regardless, you can tell he was working hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't really care so much if Rick Ross is if the persona he's created is autobiographical or not. But he comes from a certain place. He knows what goes on there.
Yes.
Right. He's probably rub noses with certain people in certain situations. So he to me he's legitimate. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I agree.
Very cool.
Very, very cool.
Well,
I love that track. You're going to... It's such an easy listen for how long of a track it is, so I'm sure that you would like it even more. And that André verse, as well.
Oh, one last thing. Sure. We said Trump Tower, and I started with a 10-speed. I'm wondering if he was like a bicycle courier or something, delivering mail through Manhattan or something. That's what I thought. I did that for a short time. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, going from office tower to office tower.
Oh,
so
wow.
I thought, I don't know.
Yeah.
It reminded me of my experience. Yeah. Anyways, great, awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much for listening to that. That's one of my favorites. So, thank you very much if you made it this far. Please suggest some other tracks that we should do on the channel here. It is absolutely time that we do another Outkast album. Right. So,
absolutely.
So sometime, there's a lot to get through, other stuff, but sometime we'll make Aquemini happen because that is the one after ATLiens. And some people say it's better. So I'm sure that you will like that. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day and catch you around later.
See you again soon, everyone. Bye-bye.